record before I forget to do that. Yes, I am recording. Okay, ladies. So some of you may have seen my post that I'm embarking on this crazy idea to run 8 free trainings in the next 8 weeks. This is the first in the series, how to create offers that sell like hotcakes. Okay. 1 minute, let me just move this aside. I'll move it 1 minute. Let me switch to speaker view here so that you all can see me and see all the weird expressions I make. I like to have my video on there so that you can see me talking. Otherwise, it's like, you may as well just be watching some pre-recorded video. As you have questions, if you guys can take a minute and share the Zoom link with your friends and stuff, that would be really awesome. And okay, someone's creating, do you guys see those annotations on screen? Okay. Okay, so if you all can take a minute to share the Zoom link with your friends who you know would want to be part of this, please invite them on and we will get started. I am really sorry about the delay again. We are a good 10 minutes behind schedule. I hope you guys can stay to the end. Okay. Okay. So today I'm going to talk to you about, we'll start with a brief introduction. Some of you know me from before, some of you don't. Okay. And then I'm going to talk about what's the basis for this whole webinar, hotcakes, and how hotcakes sell. Then we'll jump over to the 3 most common mistakes, or actually 4, but because you have to see the contrast. It's when I talk about the errors that people make, the blunders that they make, that you will see where you may be going wrong, and then we'll move on to crafting your actual offers. Okay. After that, I have 4 offers that people had sent in over the last couple of days that I'm going to review. I'm going to give you a very special offer, and then we'll do the hot seat. Okay? Sounds good? Okay. Again, any questions, comments, please keep it going in the chat box. And I'm hoping you can all see the screen clearly. Can someone just confirm yes? Can you see the screen? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lisa and Zoe. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Richa Jain. I like to call myself fiercely compassionate. People who have worked with me call it tough love. I am a business strategist. I have been a web designer. I have been a copywriter. I have been a techie. I have worn a lot of labels and run a couple of businesses. I am a spiritual maverick, feisty woman, and single mom. But more than that, the relevant part for you is that I strongly believe in combining your passion, your purpose to create a profitable business. You can't make profits if you're not passionate about it. And passion or purpose by itself do not create a good business. Then it's just a hobby. So all 3 of those things have to come together. And if you've done any of my programs before, you know I love to make things simple as possible for you. That's one of the things I think my students love about me. I also believe in flow, not hustle. No icky sales, marketing, push. I believe in a more fluent, feminine way of working. Okay. And a bit about you. I think this bit is also important because if this does not describe you, then this webinar may not help you as much. I work with women who run a passion-based, purpose-driven business. Women who are out not just to make money, but to make a better impact in the world. Okay. Women who want to make the world a better place by showing up as themselves and sharing their gifts with the world. And in doing that, they want to be making good money. They want to make good money doing work they love. That's the kind of women I work with. If that does not describe you, then, well, you're welcome to stay on and watch on, but some of the things that I'm talking about may not resonate as much with you. Okay. Okay, hot cakes, the thing that started it all. Now, I'm not a very good baker and I love hot cakes. So when people ask me, when clients come to me and say that, they want me to help them just tweak their offer, change some words, or tell them two things on their sales page that they can change to magically make it all work, I like to tell them this story. Now imagine you're a baker, you make really, really good cakes, your friend and family love your cakes, and you decide to open shop and you bake some cakes. And then you wait. What happens? And then you come to the slow realization that it's not just about baking cakes. There are a lot of other things that come into play. A, people have to like hot cakes. People have to know that you make hot cakes. People have to know where your shop is. They have to know what time every day those cakes are fresh out of the oven. They have to make the effort to come to your shop. When they come to your shop, they have to have money in their wallets or their credit card ready. And they have to decide that buying a cake is the best, most wonderful use of their money right then and there. And then they have to pay you for it. Okay? There are a lot of things that come together. Does that make sense? Actually baking the cake, actually baking the perfect cake is just one of those things. Just one. And yet we think that just tweaking something in that cake, just adding maybe a dash of vanilla or cinnamon or something else will make it magically perfect. Do you get what I'm saying? Please share in the chat box. Make sense? Yes, no, maybe? Come on, ladies, I need confirmation. I need confirmation that I'm not just talking to myself here. Okay, so please keep sharing in the chat box. So does this give you an idea of how your offer is not an entity in itself? There's an entire pipeline and ecosystem that has to come before and after it. Yes, thank you, Misty. I am kind of paranoid, especially with this Facebook Live fiasco, and I'm hoping more people join us as we go through, more people see that message and join us on Zoom. Okay, so the most common mistake that I see people doing, the first thing, if your offer isn't working, the first thing we as women do is we start blaming ourselves. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I shouldn't be running this business, and all kinds of things like that. But maybe, or rather most often, it's just about your offer not reaching the right people. Like you see this photo, you see this house sitting in the middle of nowhere. Even if this guy makes the best cakes in the world, the absolute best melt in your mouth buttercream cupcakes, if he's out in the middle of nowhere, if no one knows that his shop exists, people are not going to be able to buy them, right? So it's also about people not being able to buy. 1 minute, ladies. I think we have, let me just mute everyone. Okay. Okay. So this is the most common mistake I see. People put their offers out on Facebook or on email. What they don't realize is that all of social media and even email marketing, only a very small fraction of people actually see your post or your email. Okay. Check your stats on your page, on your email marketing service. Very few people are actually getting it. Now, what if instead of opening your shop in the middle of nowhere, you opened it in a touristy place? So this cake shop in a touristy place would have a little bit more footfall. And if it were on a busy street in New York, for example, where there are hundreds of people walking by every minute, can you see how this shop would do much, much better business? What does this tell you about your offers? How does it tell you about how to get your offers selling more? It's a very simple concept, right? Go where the fish are, go where your people are, and make sure they see you. Instead, we just assume we put it out on Facebook in one group, that's it. People will see, people should know, oh my God, people aren't buying. The truth is people haven't seen it. The right people haven't seen it yet. Okay? So make sure you're putting out your offer in front of the right people. Any questions, comments on that? Yes, Zoe says they need to be made where there is foot traffic. Exactly. And it's very easy to think of foot traffic when you think of a brick and mortar store, but the same holds for your online business. You have to be aware of the foot traffic that your offers are actually getting. Okay? Now, the second most common mistake is a lack of connection. Not the mobile signal connection, but so even when people do see your offers, they're not feeling that connect to your offers. Those offers are not speaking to them, right? Now, if you look at this picture, you can see how the women are smiling. I don't know if you can see my mouse. You can see how the women are smiling, right? Whereas the guys, they're unfazed. So you have to make sure that not only are you reaching the right people, but you are connecting with them. You are able to convey that your offer actually solves the problem that they want solved. Your offer is actually giving them something that they value in a way that they like. Later on, I am going to be talking a bit about the pizza rule. And again, if some of you may have seen me talk about it in other places. So you have to connect with your audience from the heart. You have to have that heart connection. Buying is always, always, always an emotional decision. No matter how logical or rational you try to be, you may make checklists with, comparing the pros and cons of this service versus this service, but at the end, buying is always an emotional decision. So when you connect with the right people from the heart, honestly and openly from the heart, that is when magic really happens. Okay? Number 3. This one is a biggie, and especially for women. I have seen women do the first 2 things right, connect with the right people, reach out to the right people, connect with them, and they will have a gorgeous post that has people going along, yes, 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 yes. And at the end of it, there is no ask. Okay? People are left wondering, how can I work with you? They have their card filled out and they're like, how can I work with you? Now, in some of the examples that I have for reviews at the end, I'm going to show you a couple of examples of these so you can see. I have seen women do this over and over again because as women, we tend to be afraid at a deeper level of asking. Somewhere, somehow, we have society kind of conditions us that it's not polite to ask. You cannot ask for more. You should not ask for more, especially if you're a woman. How dare you ask for money? How dare you ask for money for doing something that you love? We have been bombarded with these kind of messages since we were little girls. And whether consciously or unconsciously, we have imbibed them to a big extent. And I see women doing this over and over again, forgetting to ask for the sale. Okay, Dominique asks, how do we know where the foot traffic is? Dominique, next week I'll be running a webinar on your target audience and how to reach out to them, on how and where to reach them. Okay, so I'll answer this one next week. Zoe asks, yep, this is where I get caught not asking. Yes, I ran a website bootcamp as well as a content marketing bootcamp. And in my content marketing bootcamp, the last round, I had a few women who were really, really good at writing these blog posts and emails and Facebook posts that, you read them and you're nodding along. And they would end it with, if that sounds like you, send me an email or send me a message and we'll see how we can work together. That is such a weak ask. This is an email where that was for marketing and sales emails, sales where they were actually supposed to ask for the sell. If you're asking for a sell, ask for the sell. Don't beat around the bush, don't hide. Ask for it. People will thank you for it. There are people out there who want to work with you. Like this slide here, there are people out there who want to work with you. They don't know how they can work with you. They love the work you do. They've been seeing you online, but they don't know how they can work with you. So take a minute, check in with yourself. Do you do you love your potential clients more than fear? Are you going to let the fear win, or do you love your potential clients enough to let go of that fear? Ask. It doesn't have to be fancy, elaborate. Just ask. I'm offering this. Does this sound like something you want? Yes, click here to buy it. It doesn't have to be pushy, icky sales, but ask. Let people know how they can work with you. Okay? Like this guy. You see this picture? Small kid, a garbage bag as a kid, but he's on top of the world. He will ask for, he believes he can do anything at all. He believes he can help people with that superhero cape. If you find yourself struggling with the imposter syndrome, if you find yourself doubting yourself, your worth, and your ability, blah, 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 which in most cases isn't quite true. I know a lot of women who are experts, who are geniuses, but yet always keep doubting themselves, myself included. Go ahead and ask. Let your love for your clients win over the fear. Okay? And now, one last one that people don't quite acknowledge as much. Some of you here, I see a lot of women of woo here. You know about energy, you know about vibration. For me, it's all pretty new. I used to know energy and vibration as as a science student back in college. I remember we were taught about the frequency of how electromagnetic waves permeate everything and their frequencies, and we solved mathematical equations to those waves. We were taught that those waves carry energy. And I thought of it only in a purely scientific terms, heat energy, potential energy, kinetic energy. It's taken me like 30 years to understand that energy is beyond heat or kinetic or solar or those kind of things. That we carry an energy. Our thoughts carry an energy. Our actions carry an energy. For example, in all of the previous slides, my slides don't have a lot of words. They have an image. And just by looking at that image, in most of these cases, the image gets the message across. I don't need a whole lot of words because you tune into the energy. It gets the message across. And yet, when you're sending out your offers, are you consciously aware of the energy that you're sending out with it? More often than not, when we are sending out offers, we are in that space of, oh my God, should I do this? Should I not? We are second guessing ourselves. We're doubting ourselves. We are thinking about whether or not anyone will buy, or people will think I'm a fool, or it's going to. We have all of those thoughts going out. It's very, very rare that I've seen women be in that space. It takes a lot of work to be in that space where you can say, you know what, I trust this. I know I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to send it out and let's see what the universe sends back. To be in that positive space, just absolutely believing and trusting. Like this little kid here. Look at his face. Look at what he's doing. No one told him that he can't work at a computer. He just jumped in. He's doing what he does. He's doing what he wants to do. He's doing what he thinks is right. Can you believe like that child? Can you believe that? Can you believe with all your heart, without an element of doubt, that you are putting out the right offer, that the right people that it will reach the right people? Can you believe? Okay. Just checking the comments. Misty says, I'm a big chicken when asking for the sale. You're not alone, Misty. I've been in business 4 years and I'm still afraid of asking for a sale. Zoe says, I'm doing it in a rush, not really thinking at all, just copy and pasting something I prepared earlier. Think about it. What energy are you sending out? My personal experience has been, that when I try to pre-write my posts, they don't do as well. The posts that I write in the moment when I am, when I'm thinking something and I really want to convey an idea to people, but I find that I have to respond to a certain energy. That's when things work for me. Whether it's creating offers, putting out offers out there, writing my Facebook posts and blog posts, or even creating my programs. That's how I created the website bootcamp and the content marketing bootcamp. It was when I just couldn't put it off any longer, right? So, and I cannot create a program without knowing who I'm creating it for. I had women sign up for the website bootcamp before I actually started creating the videos, and I created the videos for them, and it worked really, really well because then my videos were, well, tuned in. Does that make sense, or I'm rambling? So does this give you an idea of the kind of issues or the kind of mistakes we make? And then, I see women making these mistakes, and then they will come to me and say, can you help me tweak my offer? I want you to realize that it's not just about the copy on the offer. It's not about going to a copywriter or a brand strategist or any other strategist to tweak one offer. You have to have a holistic view of things. You have to be aware of what you're sending out, how, where, to whom. Okay, so be aware of all of those things. And now now that I've given you that kind of contrast, let's talk about how to actually craft those offers that sell like hotcakes. Okay, before we move ahead, anyone has questions about these things or? Okay, Dominique says, I tend to create in response to energy as well, yet everyone says pre-plan. Here's the thing, Dominique, I still don't have an answer to that. That's something I am personally also struggling with, but I realize that it's different for everyone. The whole pre-plan and send it out is a very masculine way of working. It's a very different energy and space. The feminine way of working is very responsive and fluid. It's reactive. Okay, and you need a balance between, like everywhere else, you need a balance between the masculine and the feminine way of working. Also, I don't know how many of you are into human design. I've recently started studying human design, and it explains a lot of things for me. I am a manifesting generator, and apparently my strategy is to respond, not to initiate. And now all of a sudden that makes sense to me. Why posts and packages and programs and offers that I created in response to what people were asking for did so well. Whereas plans and offers that I had been planning for such a long time didn't quite do so well. Okay. Though I'm a Virgo and an organizer, I mean, I love to have everything organized. You should see my kitchen. I have everything neatly organized. My cupboard's neatly organized, and if one pen is out of place, I feel bad. I like to plan my vacations at least minimum of 6 months or a year in advance. And yet when it comes to my business, I've found the things that work best for me are when I am responding. So whether to respond or to pre-plan depends on your energy, your own human design strategy, or your personality. Be aware that things are different for different people and figure out what works best for you. There is no right or wrong answer, and anyone who insists that their way is the only way, stay away from those people. Okay, so I went off on a bit of a tangent. Let's get into this. The way I describe those mistakes or errors that people make, you probably already have some kind of idea. 1 minute, I hear some noises coming in. Let me just close the door. Sorry about that. I found my son has a 5-day holiday. Yesterday evening when he came home from school, he's like, yay, we have 5 days off. And I had totally missed that. 2-day holiday was listed on his school calendar for a teacher's retreat. They've given a few extra days off for the FIFA World Cup. Hey, life of a mom. That happens. Okay, so he's at home making a lot of noise in the background. Okay, so let's actually get to the meat of this, to the juicy part of the hot cake, or to the nice, fluffy, spongy part. The most important thing, in my opinion, in all of your business is to know your target market, to know your ideal. Some people like to call it ideal client exercise, ideal soul client, or client avatar. But whatever name that you give to it or her, you have to know her better than she knows herself. And this is where I find a lot of people stumble. I've had clients who've been in business for a couple of years who are making six figures, etc. And when they come to me for a launch or one-on-one work, they say, okay, this is my ideal client avatar, and 3 pages, 4 pages. And once I start asking the questions, it unravels. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago when in a launch review, someone sent in 4 pages of details about with names for her client avatar, male and female. And then when I asked her, okay, what is she looking for? What does she want? If you remember the PISA rule, the difference between what she wants versus what she needs. That is the most important thing. You need to figure that out. Now, it's different for different people, it's different for different segments of your target market, etc. But the only way to really know this is to talk to people, ask them, and then understand or figure out the hidden undercurrents to what they're not saying. Okay? People do ideal client research or target market research exercises and ask superficial questions, just top level questions. You need to go way, way beyond that. Again, this is something I'm going to talk about in much more detail next week. Again, next Thursday, same time, we will have another webinar. And this time I will make sure I am prepared and I will not take a chance on Facebook Live. Okay. So you have to know your target market better than they know themselves. You have to get inside their head. You have to know what they're thinking. You have to know what they are feeling right now, what they are struggling with with respect to your business or your area of expertise. What do they want versus what they need? You do not need to know what brand of perfume they like, what's their favorite color, and those kind of things. I think that's all very, very superficial and takes away from the essence of things. Okay, you know what? Let me just disable everyone's audio as well as video. Right now, we don't need everyone's video. Once we get to the hot seat part and you guys want to ask questions, we will enable the videos then, okay? Because yes, someone just mentioned it does get distracting when you have images and audio coming. Okay, I just turned off everyone's audio as well as video. We'll keep the discussion going in the chat room. Okay, people, questions about, well, I will talk a bit more about this on next Thursday's call, but how many of you think that you really, really know your target market, that you know your audience? Do you feel comfortable enough? Do you know what she's thinking? Do you know what's going on in her head? Okay. Okay, Zoe says, nope, no idea. Anyone else? Do you really know her? Do you really know who you're talking to, who you're selling to? Okay, Marcella says, I think so, yes. Dominique, no. Okay, Zoe, Dominique, please join me again next week. Okay. Louise says, most of the time. Louise, again, I would love for you to join me next week and let's have some hot seat for you. Okay. So the reason I harp on this is because this is the essence of good branding, good copywriting, making good offers, and being able to reach them. This is the foundation of everything else. And if this is shaky, the other stuff isn't going to work. unless you can have, and the magic of a good copywriter or branding strategist, etc., all of them, what they do is really help you tune into your target market much, much better than you can do yourself. Okay? Those are the really good, what do you say, professionals. Okay? Second, so you've got your target. So once you've got your target market pinned down, you have to meet her where she is at. You have to give her what she wants, not what you think she needs. How many of you have heard me talk about the pizza rule before? A show of hands in the chat box, please. Yeah, sorry. Who here has heard me talk about the pizza rule? Come on, Zoe. You should remember this from the website bootcamp. Okay, so the pizza rule is a very simple concept that I think all moms will understand. When you have, imagine a 5-year-old kid, like my son used to be at one point of time, now he's as tall as I am, uh, throwing a tantrum because she wants pizza. She wants pizza now, even though she's had pizza for breakfast, lunch, and in the last 5 days. And you, as a very good parent, know that pizza is not a very nutritious food, and she needs to have veggies and fruits and all of those other things, right? So what do? Do you put your foot down and say, you must have broccoli, and you give a boy broccoli? Or do you give in and buy her a pizza from Domino's or some other chain? What do? Now, what I used to do is I would create a really thin crust, whole wheat. So, he's not eating a whole lot of refined white flour. Top it up with chopped veggies, really, really fine, lots and lots and lots of veggies. And cover all the veggies with cheese. Smother it with cheese so that he doesn't see how many veggies are really in there. And give it to him. And that was mommy's special pizza. It was a treat. He loved it. Right? So I gave him what he wanted, which was the pizza, and I bundled in what he needed, which was the veggies. If I had chased him, telling him, you have to eat broccoli, you have to eat spinach, do you think he would have listened? Do you think he would have come anywhere near me or that plate of food? He wouldn't. And yet, this is what I find we do very often in the offers that you put out. As an expert, you know what it is that they really, really need beyond the superficial, right? You can listen to them. You can listen to them talking about their problems, and in your mind, in your head, or in your heart, you already know what the real issue is. You can see beyond the superficial. And yet, when you create your offers, you keep talking about how you will give them broccoli that will help them, it will give them vitamin A and vitamin whatever vitamins and minerals broccoli is supposed to give you. Do you think they will buy your offer? They won't. So it's really, really important, just like you would do with a child, to meet them where they are at. Give her what she wants. Give your ideal client in your offer, give her what she wants. Talk about what she wants. And when you provide the service, also provide what you know she really needs. Like in my website bootcamp, I teach them how to create a website. But the reason I do that is because I know women treat tech as a hurdle, that they can't get over tech, that tech is too difficult for them. But it's really about they are blocked in some way about showing up and being visible and putting their business out there in the world. So anyone who's attended my bootcamp, website bootcamp, will vouch for that. That it's not just about the website, that by the end of it, they feel so much better and more confident about sharing their gifts and their business with the world. I gave them what they wanted, a website, because they thought it was a really big hurdle to starting their business. And I bundled in what they needed, which was the courage and the confidence to show up. Make sense? And yes, they love me for it. Okay, questions on this? Questions on this? Okay, Zoe says yes. Zoe was part of the website bootcamp. Okay, the next step. So you've agreed to giving them the pizza rather than the broccoli, but you still need to package it right. Okay, Let's go back. A better example for this would be the cupcake analogy. So you bake the most awesome cupcake, but you put it into a very, an old, rungy looking box. Do you think people will buy? You could even, let's say you wrapped up the cupcake in an old newspaper and you put a label on it, yummiest cupcake in the world. Do you think they will buy? Or let's say you wrapped it up in the most beautiful, gorgeous box. Okay. But then you put a brown paper around it and you stuck a label on it listing the ingredients. 1 cup flour, 1 cup milk, blah, 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 blah. A dash of vanilla, a dash of cinnamon. Do you think they will buy it? Please say yes or no in the chat box. Let me know whether I'm asking the right questions. Okay. I don't think they would, but what do you think? And yet when it comes to your offers, more often than not, because you are squeamish about putting that offer into the world, because you are doubting yourself and your ability and wondering and hoping, silently playing and hoping that someone will buy, when you word your offer, when you're creating that offer, not only are you imbibing it with that energy, but that energy is making you write it out in such a way, package it in such a way that doesn't resonate with your target market. You have to package it right for her. And the most important thing there is to make sure that you're highlighting the benefits, what's in it for her. Okay? What is, yes, we are, Dominique says, we are so obsessed with the benefits. Yes, Dominique, we are. As a culture, we have become very, very self-obsessed. We always want to know what's in it for us. We are a culture obsessed with instant gratifications. Okay? You have, I mean, as a consumer, as an individual looking to purchase something, I want to know what's in it for me. I mean, I get Facebook notifications and emails and pop-ups and so on my phone all day, right? I expect to be able to connect with everyone in the world in just, instantly. I want instant gratification. I'm used to it. And then when you create an offer that lists the features, and then I have to sit and think, okay, how do those features help me? You've lost me. You make me think that much and you've lost me already. I have to translate from what you are saying to what I want. It's like we're speaking a different language. And if I don't feel that we're speaking the same language, I will not I will not like and trust you enough to buy from you. You have to speak my language. And where I am at right now, like we talked in the previous slide, is that I am looking for the benefits. I am looking for something that solves my problem, that gives me a solution to something I'm struggling with. And if you don't tell me that you can help me solve that problem, I don't want what it is you're offering. It's like, I go looking for that hot cupcake. I'm just feeling so, what's that word? I just want a cupcake now. And I want a nice, warm, gooey, hot cupcake. And you come and tell me, I'm going to give you 1 cup flour, 1 cup milk, a dash of cinnamon, and a dash of vanilla. Do you think I will sign up with you? Anyone, please reply in the chat box. If you say that you're going to give me vanilla and flour, blah, 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 do you think I will sign up with you when I want a cupcake? Right? So, you would. Please, if they want a cupcake, give them the cupcake. Tell them the benefits of what you're offering. Show them the end results. Talk about the results that you can guarantee them. Do not promise anything that you can't deliver, okay? That's a big no-no. But show them what's in it for them. Tell them what they will get at the end. Dominique says, I love talking about the ingredients. I've spent so much time choosing them. I know that, Dominique. I see your offers and I see the love that you have for those and how you've studied all of those ancient techniques. And I see this with a lot of other fellow practitioners in the alternate space or alternate arts. The ladies who do crystal healing and Reiki and NLP and Akashic readings, they talk about their modality. Come get a Reiki healing for so much, or come do this Akashic record reading. But, at the end of the day, most people do not understand the nuances or the differences between those things. I don't know what's right for me. What I do know is that I have this problem. And can your modality help me solve that problem? I don't know that. So tell me what you can do for me. Don't give me a string of modalities. For example, if I were to tell you that I can make you a web page, I can write your copy, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. How does it help you? It doesn't. It doesn't. Right? That is just pure information. It doesn't help you decide. It doesn't help you grow your business, just giving you information like that. Okay, let's move. I hope this gets the message across. You have to package it right, talk about the end results, talk about the benefits, talk about what's in it for them. Don't keep harping about the ingredients. There is, of course, for example, a market for people who sell, all organic ingredients or all locally sourced ingredients. But that's a different market altogether, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. And so we talked about who, your target market, and connecting with her. We talked about crafting the right offer, giving them what they want. We talked about packaging it right. And then the final thing, again, you have to reach out to the right people. You have to connect with them. You have to ask them for the sale. It's not just one thing, okay? And I'm harping on this over and over again. Now, I know some of the people watching this might be, wait, there's no secret formula? Sorry, there is no secret formula. Okay, so Misty says she has to go. Hey, thank you for joining us, Misty. We'll catch you later. Miss Helen says, let's see if I can practice it. Yeah, I'm guessing you're talking about the ingredient list, right? Instead of ingredients, give them the end result. Tell them how amazing that cupcake is going to taste. This is the final closing thing. I have seen women do the first 3 steps right and chicken out when it comes to this. You have to ask. You have to ask in a way that's congruent with who you are, but you have to ask. No pushy sales. I think we talked about these 3 in the earlier slides a lot, but any questions about this? Okay, don't see any questions coming up, so let's move on. Okay, let's move on to a couple of actual makeovers, or rather feedback sessions or reviews. Okay. A few days ago, I asked women who wanted to send in some of their offers for me to review here. Now, okay, this is one offer. I have grayed out the names because this is a public forum and I don't want to be, criticizing people on a public forum. Happy days. Do you spend your weeks working alone, sitting at your laptop with no conversation for days? What if there was a regular session every week to get you to talk to coworkers? Now, ladies, here on we get interactive. I want you to keep posting in the chat box. When you read these 2 sentences, what does it make you think this offer is about? Okay, what do you think this offer is about before you move on to the next sentences? Okay, Zoe says, I wish I'd seen you answer this. I'm not sure which question you're referring to, Zoe. Okay. Oh, okay, my offer for reviews. Yeah, I posted it on, I think, 2 or 3 groups. But yeah, later on, I have a special offer for those of you who want your offers reviewed. Okay, so hang on, you've not missed the boat. There is enough time. Okay, so when I read these first 2 lines, sitting at your laptop with no conversation, what if there was a regular session so you get to talk to coworkers? The immediate connection I make in my head is that it's an offer where I get to talk to people. And I'm like, yes, I work at my laptop, but why would I pay to talk to people? Yeah, Miss Ella says co-working space. Dominique also says co-working space. Right? That's the thing that is the idea that you get in your head. But when you read on, there is what if there was a regular session every week and a private Facebook group where you get to brainstorm, accountability and productivity and getting stuff done. And this is an online membership. You realize, huh? But the thing is, after people read this, the first two lines, right? They will think of it either as a co-working space or where they get, or a networking event where they get to talk to people, where they get to talk to other entrepreneurs, and people will drop off. Okay? You have to, when I look at this, I think the essence of this is that you get to interact with other entrepreneurs, other like-minded people. You They hold you accountable, and you are super productive because you get stuff done together. For me, this part is the main selling point. This is the main benefit of it, and yet that is buried as the fourth point, and you've already lost people with the first two lines. I think this person should start with wish wish you had coworkers, or wish you had a supportive group that would, tired of working alone in isolation, wish you had a supportive group who would keep you accountable, productive, and help you get stuff done every week. Join us for these co-working sessions, right? When you phrase it like that, it's instantly clear. People are not guessing, and you don't lose people with these two things. One minute, let me make a note of when we're starting the reviews. Okay. Okay, makes sense. Lead with, are you getting frustrated working in isolation, spending hours and hours alone at your laptop? Would you like some accountability? Co-workers who actually get you and help you be productive and get stuff done? Join us for this co-working session. When you rephrase it like that, do you see how much more clearer it is? Does that make sense? People who are online? Yep. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, now this one is from a lady I really admire, but I have removed her name and stuff. Now, can you please read this and tell me what you think about it? This is for a webinar. It reads, one of my top 5 tips for mind and body and more joy in your life is laughter. Laughter and giggling has been well researched and shows without a doubt that they can improve your health. Research has shown that people who rarely laugh can be up to... Okay, how many of you went on to read the next lines? How many of you, sorry, what did I do? I went into, yeah. How many of you read into the next lines? How many of you feel that this is a very joyful and giggly post? Does this post feel like fun? People, please share in the chat room, in the chat box. Okay, right? This post does not feel like fun, and yet this webinar is about how you can bring more joy and laughter into your life. So what this lady has done, you see, joy and laughter are such a light, funny topic, and I'm guessing that she's tried to bring in the science and the logic by giving these stats. But what I feel happens instead is that this is a very, the way she starts is very research oriented. And you lose people. No one wants to learn about more research. We have enough research and numbers in our life. A better way to word this or present this would be to actually make it fun. Because people are stressed out these days. Our lives are not like our parents or previous generations. We have a lot more on our plate. So we are stressed out. We don't have time. We've lost the love and joy in our lives. We've forgotten to laugh freely. What if she had worded this? Would you be able to feel, would you like to be able to laugh freely like a little child again? Do you wish you could just throw your arms open and laugh with the sun in your face? Something like that, that invokes an instant image of joy and laughter. Or if she had written it as a funny post, okay, that had you giggling. Now, funny is not quite my cup of tea. I am not naturally funny. I am weird, but not funny. So, how do I put this? Uh, if she had started off with a joke and said, "Would you like more laughter in your life? I know you're busy. I know you don't have time even to breathe or to eat, but you're just getting by somehow. Come join me in this webinar where I will show you how to make joy, how to make room for joy, or how to take 5 minutes out of your busy schedule to laugh every day. Maybe I'll even send you a joke a day. Interested? Come join my webinar." Make sense? Not the perfect, because I'm not a really funny person, but does it give you a contrast to what she's written versus what it could be? You want people to feel that laughter and joy. You want people to feel that when they're reading your post, so that they will come to your webinar and experience even more laughter and joy. Don't make it all stiff and scientific and researchy by putting in those stats. You can have those stats somewhere, but make it fun. Don't start with it. Okay? Make sense? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Uh, People, can you read through and can you tell me, of the points that we discussed earlier, which do you think is missing and which do you think this post is spot on with? Can you just take a minute to read through this and then share your comments in the chat box? Okay, any takers? Yes, Dominique says it's the features versus benefits piece. So this lady has gone on to talk about one paragraph here about what human design is, and then another paragraph here about what human design can do for you, right? But yeah, yeah, Miss Ella says she talks about modalities. Zoe says it's very word heavy. Just a word of this thing. I am not going to name whose post it is. She knows. But I also want to just tell her that we are not criticizing you. We are giving this is, please consider this as positive feedback. Okay. This is not about criticizing you in any way. It's about giving you the feedback so you can improve this post. So it starts off really well with a sentence, "Are you ready to embrace your uniqueness?" Now, who doesn't want to do that, right? I want to know I'm special. But then it goes on, life is all about making decisions every minute of every day. It is about interacting with people. It's about knowing who you are. Yes, life is about all that. But can we not make it so heavy right now? And then there's a paragraph describing what human design really is. Again, I want to find my uniqueness. I want to find what drives me. I want to find answers. I want to learn better ways of making decisions. I want to know what's right for me versus what isn't. And you're telling me about what human design is? Why do I care? Okay. I'm just talking from the point of view of a third party reader. What can human design do for you? Okay, this sounds promising. By, learn, by learning who you are and who you are not, you can start to find that elusive peace, release anger, become less judgmental. You know, I started reading the post thinking, are you ready to embrace your uniqueness? I was like, yes, I want to embrace my uniqueness. I want to find what's so special about me. And then you're telling me that I will find peace and satisfaction. I will release anger and frustration. Wait, I don't care about all that. I want to know how I can find my uniqueness. I want to know what's special about me. Do you see the disconnect? Here she is describing what can human design do for you. But these are all, yes, these are all the end result, the end results. These are the underlying needs behind the wants. You have to talk to their wants. What is my want right now as a person reading this? I want to know better who I am. Why? So I can make better decisions. So I can find my place in the world. So that I don't feel lost. So that I don't feel alone. So that I'm not second guessing myself. Right? This is what I want. So give me what I want, not what you as the expert know that I need. Exactly, Zoe says it. It's not what the client thinks she wants, but what they need. Yes, that's what this piece is. Okay. And then there is a interested, yes. This week I'm offering my package below. If this is for you, let me know. If not, I do separate readings. Please PM me and chat about. Do, so do you see, she is asking, but do you see how she's asking from this place of uh, PM me, if not, I do this or I do that. It's a very, very loose ask. And what happens is when you ask very loosely, you get loose responses. If there were a link here saying 5 sessions at this, click here to book. Okay. So the more options you give people, the more confused they get. The rule in the design world is not more than 3 options at a place. So don't try to give them the entire world in one offer. It's one offer, have one ask, have one call to action. And I am totally passionate about helping you. That is awesome. But as someone who's reading this, as someone who was hoping that you can help me embrace my uniqueness, I don't really care what you are passionate about. I care what you can do for me. You're not helping me achieve my uniqueness right now. Again, I'm saying this with complete love. I really respect this lady a lot. But I want her to see what someone who is new to her work would experience when they read this. Okay? So please take this with the utmost love. You need to change this. Please talk. If you're helping people find their uniqueness, please talk about that and make it really, really easy for people to book with you. Okay, next one. Okay, ladies, what's your feedback on this? What's your take on this one? Are you a budding entrepreneur who feels frustrated by your lack of confidence? Grab my 90-minute introductory mind tracking session for just 97 and let's transform any emotions. What do you feel about this, ladies? Please share in the comment box. Dominique says, leaves me cold. Okay, who else? Anyone else? Okay, so Miss Ella says, I don't understand what he offers. It's she. Doesn't matter. I mean, I've blocked out the name, so. So Miss Ella says, I don't understand what they're offering. Zoe says, I'm not sure exactly what I'm paying for. Okay. So the thing here is, this is a very concise post. What I can tell, I'm guessing about this person is that she is very analytical, logical, and probably comes from a corporate background, I would say, because that's where you talk in this language. But when you are interacting with other people, especially women, on a one-to-one basis, you need to have that connection, that know, like, trust factor. So I would have introduced something more here, make it talk a bit more. She's mentioning the benefits, right? She's talking about the problem that they're experiencing. You feel frustrated by lack of confidence. She's talking a bit about the benefits. Let's transform that stuck and show you how to access your natural confidence state whenever you want. But it's very cut and dry. And introductory mind training session, this feels like a fancy name, and I am lost. Introductory mind training session. I don't quite understand what you are going to do. I understand that you're going to help me get unstuck and access a natural confidence state. but I don't understand how. Now, if you're using a combination of modalities, then don't mention any modality. Or say, I will use a combination of modalities to help you get unstuck. Uh, okay, so hope that helps. Ladies, did you find these reviews helpful? Does it show you where you could be lacking and how you can improve things? Okay, Dominique says yes. Others, does it help? Should I be doing these kind of live reviews on my next webinars and trainings? Does it help? Misella says yes, but I am scared. Please don't be scared. This is all a learning process. Hey, no one's perfect. We're all learning and there are no mistakes. It's just a learning experience. I sent out Facebook Live links to a few hundred people. That didn't work. And I'm not going on to Facebook right now while we are here, but I'm sure that there are lots of people on Facebook wondering what the heck happened, which is bad of me. I got so engrossed in teaching this, I should have jumped onto Facebook once to check. Just give me a minute, ladies. I think we're through most of the training, so mistakes happen. That's okay. It comes back to that. Can you let your love for your clients win over your fear? Can you? Okay. Okay. Now I have a very special offer for you. I had initially planned this webinar series to launch my next bootcamp, but I'm not yet quite prepared for it. Okay, I'm going to talk about it more in the next slide, but for you, for right now, I know the reviews we did would give you some ideas of what you are missing. It's difficult to see the picture when you're inside the frame, when you're too close to things. So if you would like to have your offers reviewed, I have a very special offer here. I'm going to share this link. I was going to say on the Facebook Live, but we're not on Facebook. So I will just share this link in the comments. Can I copy it? How do I copy it? Okay, I will send out an email. Let me grab this link. So this is why I love doing it on Facebook Live, because then I can interact with you in the comments and stuff. Let me just grab this link and put it and my computer decided to hang. Please, someone tell me. I know there are some retrogrades going on, but is there a Mercury retrograde as well? Okay, I may be here, but I was just sharing the PDF screen. And yes, here is the link to book. Okay, if any of you want more personal reviews with me, please click on this link to book an appointment. Let me get back to my Zoom screen. Yes. To book an appointment with me, this will be a live 30-minute call. You can bring along as many offers as you want. When you go to book there, it will ask you to fill out a form with a couple of questions about your business, your target market, etc. And you have to email me your offers. You can send me the links or the Word document, whatever. Email them to me. I will go through them in the background, and then we will get onto a live call to review them. 30 minutes is a long time to review of your offers. We should be able to review at least 4, if not 8 to 10 of your offers. So you can bring all of your offers and we will review them. Okay? Click here to book. It's normally my one-on-one consults. I do high-end mentoring. I normally don't. Once in a while, I will put out other offers, standalone offers, but my mentoring is normally like $300 an hour. So this is a once in a blue moon chance to book your spot at $97 only. Okay, 10 spots or the next 24 hours, whichever comes first. Okay, it's only 10 spots or 24 hours. So book in within the next 24 hours or until the spots last. $97 only to review as many of your offers as we can within 30 minutes. And you've seen what we can do here. So in a couple of minutes, we were able to review these offers. So we can review all of your offers. And more importantly, what I would like to do is for those who take up this offer, restructure your offer so that you have a coherent set of staggered offers and you're not struggling to put out 20 different offers into the world. Okay. Zoe asks, when does it expire and when does it need to be taken up? So this offer is open only for the next 24 hours or until 10 spots are taken, whichever comes first. When does it need to taken up? You would have to book within the next 24 hours. And you can, while you're booking, you can book for up to 30 days out. Okay, and you can book your session for any time in the next 30 days. Zoe, does that answer your question? Any other questions about this, ladies? Or I'll move on to the next thing. I want to talk to you a bit about this mega bootcamp that I've been planning, and I would love your feedback on it. I don't quite have the sales page ready for this yet. I worked late into the night trying to get it up, and then I figured, hey, no point in rushing this. I would rather show up bright and fresh for you guys and take you through this awesome webinar. But I would love your feedback on this. And then I'll just take 2 minutes and then we'll move on to the hot seat. Okay, so ladies, please stick on. Now, I've been running the website bootcamp for quite a while now. I've been running content marketing bootcamps. And for me, this is the next level. Again, it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, for a couple of years, but I didn't believe I was quite ready for it. I'm great working one-on-one, but working with a group requires a certain different panache. And I think my bootcamps went quite well. Zoe can comment on that better. So I would like to take it up a notch. And I know not everyone can afford to work with me one-on-one. My regular mentoring sessions or my 1 month package is at $1,500 and 6 months. It is high end. But I want to help more women get over these kind of hurdles. It's not rocket science. It is simple, it's doable, but there is a lot of fluff out there. And I want to help cut that out. I want to help you grow your business. So this is going to be a 3-month bootcamp or intensive starting 15th of August. Okay? The idea is to help you create more impact, more clients, more money. The name of this program is MORE. The idea behind it is to help you get more clients, more impact, more money. And with that comes more time, more freedom, control. I want to help you stop chasing shiny objects, stop doubting yourself, stop struggling, stop hustling and working 80-hour weeks. I want to help women this program is designed for women who have been in business a year or two, but still haven't got to the stage where they are getting a consistent income. Okay? Women who have been doing their business on the side and now want to take it professional or go full-fledged with it and make a full-time income from it. The aim, though I don't promise that, I cannot make any money guarantees, but the aim is to help you be making consistent 5-figure months. Okay? So imagine a day where you wake up knowing exactly which clients you're going to be working with that day. You have awesome, wonderful soul clients lined up to work with you. You know exactly what you're going to do to grow your business, and you know that you are supported in your business. You have the right team, virtual team in place to help you, support you. You're bringing in consistent, stable income so that you can take a vacation whenever you want. I'm grinning because in the last 18 months, I've traveled for about 4 months. That's 4 months of no work. 2 months in America, almost 3 weeks in a remote part of Bihar, 1 week in Thailand, 2 weeks in Nepal. And it's been amazing. And there was a time when I did not believe I could actually do that. I want to help you get to the stage where you could, if you wanted to, travel whenever, however you want, even if that meant without the kids, without the husband, just by yourself. A day where you work with clients who love working with you as much as you love working with them. No one wants clients from hell. And where you're making an impact, where you're changing lives by showing up as the best authentic version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, where you are growing, where you're helping other people grow, where you're helping transform lives, make a bigger impact in the world, all while doing that work that you love and making good money at it. That is my goal for this program. That's what I want to help women do with this program. And I've been putting in work behind the scenes, trying to structure things that way. A top level structure until I get the sales page in place would be in 12 weeks, we would have streamlined lessons with clear doable steps. Start of every week, I will release the video lesson for that week. And then end of every week, we would have group coaching sessions like we did in the website bootcamp if you've been part of that, where I will review your work and give you feedback. And sometimes on the work and hold you accountable as well. Because hey, sometimes life happens. You have other priorities, you need to take care of other stuff. Fair enough. And that's why I'm also going to build in dedicated implementation weeks every third week. So this is a 3-month program. Every fourth week will be an implementation week to make sure that you can catch up. We will have co-working sessions. So you can set aside that dedicated time to work together. And then again, weekly reviews, feedback, advice. So pretty much the way I run my current boot camps, except with a dedicated co-working implementation week to make sure you don't fall off track. The tangible things that you would walk away with respect to your business is an understanding of your target market, what they want, what they need, what they're feeling right now, where they hang out, how to reach out to them. A clear and concise USP and message, because getting your core message right is really important, because on that you will build the rest of your offers, your website, etc., etc. A set of streamlined offers. Now, what I've seen, or for those of you I know who are watching, I've seen you have different offers and keep tweaking them and keep changing them. And that's not a way to grow. That doesn't lead to consistent, sustainable growth. With some of my one-on-one clients, or rather with many of them, I've shown them how they can structure their offers so that they're not reinventing the wheel every time, that they have a consistent set of marketing and they can use the same set of offers to build up to potentially 6-figure business in a year if they wanted to. Not everyone wants 6 figures, so that's why I put in the disclaimer if you want to. And of course, a clear marketing plan with the marketing content created. In the bootcamp, I will help you create all of that marketing content. Ladies, feedback please. How does that sound? Would that be something you would be interested in? And what changes would you like to see? Okay. You can share them in the chat box or you can PM me later. But I would love to know your feedback on this. How does it sound? How do you think it would go? Would you be interested? And like I said, right now, I do not, okay, yeah, the modules will be very simple, 3 months, 3 modules. But module 1 or month 1 will be setting the foundation. Again, your target market, creating your offers, figuring out a long-term marketing plan for you. Month 2, we would actually be creating your marketing assets, the content marketing. And month 3 is when you will be reaching out to people and actually sending out those posts and assets, etc., out into the world. Okay, so very simple month-wise division, weekly lessons sent out, weekly group coaching sessions, and an implementation week every month. Interested? Have questions? Send me a PM. I don't have the sales page up. I should have it ready in a day or two, and I will send it out then. And now something that you've all been waiting for, the hot seat. Who's on? Who wants to? Please raise your hand if you want to want this hot seat right now. Raise your hand. Be ready to share your offer on screen and we will review your offer right here, right now. Okay, Dominique's raised her hand. Anyone else? Anyone else for the hot seat? Otherwise, it goes to Dominique. Zoe is also there. Okay. Okay, everyone is raising their hands. I'm just going to randomly draw straws. Okay, Miss Ella. Miss Ella, let's do your review. And can you unmute yourself? Can you open up your offer on screen? Can you open a link to your offer, or do you have a screenshot of it? Okay, go to your browser. Where do you have your offer written down? Do you have it on your website, or do you have it in a Word document? Okay, Misala, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm going to unmute you. Misala, can you grab a screenshot of your offer and...
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, Misala.
Oh, hi there, everyone.
Perfect.
I put it on Touch Group.
Can you open it in your browser and share a screenshot?
Oh, do you know? So I don't even know what to do.
Can you send me the link? Send me the link to your offer.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Sorry.
No worries.
It's so embarrassed now.
No worries, happens.
Okay.
Imagine my embarrassment. I sent out a mail to everyone about a Facebook Live, and I've been telling everyone for days about this Facebook Live, and suddenly I can't do that Facebook Live.
Oh my God. All right, now this is okay. I got the link, and
can you send me the link?
Yep.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll open it up and then share.
Oh.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, background is my daughter, the singing.
Just give me a minute, ladies. Okay, let me share screen. Okay, so ladies, can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Not really, no, okay.
Okay. And then it happens. The unexpected knocks at the door, and a second later you find yourself picking up the pieces of yourself. Maybe you weren't expecting it, maybe a little, but still weren't ready. You think, I want to move on, start again, but how? Okay, ladies, I would like you to read this for yourself and share your feedback also in the comments, okay? And it's too long for me to read aloud, so I'm just going to read it in my mind and then we'll review. Can you also please read it for yourself?
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah? So,
yeah.
Sorry, how do you say your name? Misela?
Michaela.
Michaela, sorry, I've been saying it wrong so far.
No, everyone, everyone change it, don't worry.
Okay, so Michaela, here's the thing. It is too long, but you already know that, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
who do you think will read this long a post? People will read this long a post if and only if you have their complete attention, they are hooked, and like at the edge of the seats wanting to read on. Okay.
I think they will read this, people then know me already.
Yeah. Only people who know you already.
Yeah.
And even then they might, this is like 5 screens long. They might, honestly, even people who know you would go off at screen 2 or 3.
Yeah. See, I got different feedbacks. I don't know. I mean, not that I don't. Yeah. But I need to, sometimes when I read the office too when I'm too long, I get lost.
Yeah.
But
So everything I say is to be taken with a pinch of salt, as in
yeah,
the advice that I or any other business strategist would give you is based on generalizations. There will always be
absolutely.
exceptions to it. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Now,
Sure.
one way to make this a more effective post would definitely be to make it shorter. Okay? And
Yeah,
then this part. Now, here's the thing. This something that happened is a very negative feeling. Okay? When you talk of it this way, this kind of description, this is a generic description, but at the same time, it is a triggering description.
yeah,
Okay? And while I normally recommend bringing out emotion, getting people, writing in a way that evokes emotion and involves people, I do not recommend that for negative emotions.
okay, perfect.
I have been through trauma. I have, there was a time when the then husband like held me by the throat and flung me across the room. It took me days to get over that.
Yeah,
And when I read this is what comes to mind.
yeah,
And I do not want to be reminded of such a negative thing. Yeah, the unexpected knocks. He came back a month. He left, and he came back a month later, and insisted on coming in. And I said that we have to go for therapy. He has to do some anger management classes, and I'm not letting him in without that. And he just left after that. Okay? So when I read this is a memory that comes back to me. The people
yeah,
that you are working with, that you are helping, all have experienced some kind of trauma. You help them get over that. But if this is how you if this is how you start by triggering that negative experience, I as the reader, I'm going to go into the experience of reliving that trauma. And I will tune out. I will not register anything else that you're saying in this post because I'm already experiencing a very strong negative emotion. Make sense?
yeah. So you say that I should probably start a generic to say this is useful whoever going through a life transition, so they know that it's
Make it
directed to them.
painful. Don't make it triggering.
Yeah, just saying. But should I say, this is for whoever dealt with the life transition, and then maybe started with the positive visit here on the underneath? Okay,
You've been
and
through
not be
hell. You've
specific
been through
about the
shit.
emotion.
You've walked through the fire, and now you're ready to move on.
Yeah, and that's it. Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
that will hit home. It will resonate with the right audience without
yeah,
triggering their negative experience. And it's just two
yeah.
or three lines. It doesn't have to be like this long,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah. And this is the mistakes that you were
And then
talking
you're talking
before.
about immediately you jumped into here are some ways you can get back to your feet. Now this is not a genius tip post, right? This is a
Oh,
market day post.
yeah,
So you're writing down 7 steps. Now, I've already gone into a negative emotion, and you're telling me that to get back on my feet, I have to do these 7 more things. I don't know how to do these 7 more things. I can't do these 7 more things. You see? And though they are simple things, but right now, the mental state I'm already in, these feel overwhelming. So if it's a marketing post, if it is a sales post, in a marketing
yeah,
post, you can educate. That's fair enough. But in
yeah,
a sales post, you have to weave a story and make an offer. A sales
yeah,
post, weave a story, make an offer. So I'm reading this and I'm like, you know what? I don't like singing under the shower. I'm now going to read ahead. Okay?
yeah,
So now try the above points and remember that I'm here to serve you. So when you tell me to try the above points, you're telling me to go away and do some stuff. And when I come back, there's no chance in hell I'm going to be able to find this Facebook post again. So this is the equivalent of sending people off of your page. Your sales post should have one call to action only, and that call to action has to be
to contact me.
your sale. This is
Yeah,
considered a call to action. Okay? I am here to share the tools. I don't care what you're here to share.
yeah,
Okay, as a reader, I don't care about you, I care about me.
Yeah.
So jump to the point and tell me what you can do for me. So you could, till now, I'm analyzing this page, right? Now, here, how it works. One minute, let me go through the actual offer so that I can help you reframe it. Yep. Zoe says that she would read it if it were a blog. Exactly what I was thinking when I first read this. This would be awesome on your website as a blog post. But
Yeah.
even then,
Yeah.
be careful what you want as a call. If your purpose in writing that blog post is just to get people to resonate with you, even then, I won't recommend something that is that triggering. Okay. Storytelling, yes, or describing, say, a situation that happened to you, yes. But be careful about triggering people, because when they are triggered, they are not going to be able to think clearly about your offer. And if they associate you with negative feelings, even if that is indirect, it doesn't work well for you.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute, I'm just reading through this offer. Okay, so you're describing features and features. This is a whole list of, this is an ingredient list. I still, reading through all of this, I still don't understand how a 90-minute session is going to help me. And what is the end result that I'm going to get?
Yeah.
So I understand that you work with people who have been through some kind of trauma. Okay. I understand that yes, you are passionate about your work and you want to help people. I get that you're offering a 90-minute session at $100 and that you will send A, B, C, D, E, D. But I do not understand what this session will do for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Get it.
can you tell me what is the end result of this session, and then I'll help you craft an offer.
That they will be more comfortable with the emotional discomfort.
No one wants to be comfortable with emotional discomfort. What do they want?
They want to understand. They want to know. They want to know how they will get through this stage.
They want to know the one step that they can take to just get through that day. They don't want to understand. They want to be able to cry and let it out, but they want to know that they are not alone. They want to know that they are supported. They want to know that this will get over, that it is
Yeah.
possible, that there is hope. Just take this one next step.
Yeah.
Right? So what if you worded
Yeah.
it like that?
Yeah.
So
Ooh, I have a homework to do for this week.
you can just use those words verbatim. You start with, so you feel like shit, you've been through hell, you think it feels like the world is just completely falling apart around you. Yet, you know that you are not going to give in to this. You know you want to move forward. You know you want to get to the next step. I am here to help you in that. I help women like you, ABCD, write in your USPR message. And today I would like to extend that support to you. I would like to offer you a safe space for you to release the old trauma and take the next step in healing. I'm making this up. I'm not exactly sure what you cover in your session, but you get the idea. Right?
Yeah. Yes, because this is, as you said before, we forget about the simplicity of approaching people. Because I always doubt,
Yes.
I wanted to use words to show, but actually, no, I don't need to use words to show. I need to show tangible things and simple and easy to access. I know.
Exactly. Because look, if I am experiencing trauma, if I am in a shitty place, I will not feel like reading this ebook and this ebook, right? I don't care that you're giving me 2 free ebooks. I don't care that you're giving me access to
Yeah.
tools. I just want to know the next step. Please just help me take the next step. Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we will wrap this up. Ladies, do you have any other questions around your offers? And I would like for you, especially those who are watching live, to, in the chat box or on our Facebook group, just leave a comment. What was the biggest takeaway for you? Or what did you learn? What were your aha moments? Zoe just shared an aha moment. If you trigger them and they have negative emotions, they will relate to you. Yes. Yes. Okay. So share your ahas, share your moments. This will be put up as a replay. So if you know other women who would benefit from it, go ahead and share the link to the main sign up. I will just post that here again. You can tell them to sign up here, thericherjane.com/offers, and they will get a replay of this webinar. So please, if you found value in this webinar, please share it with more women. I strongly believe that women have to step up, be more visible, and share their gifts. Okay? So please help me, help more people, help more other people. The ripple effect. Okay? Thank you all for joining me live. And like I said, the offers are open, 10 spots, or the next 24 hours, whichever comes first. So if you would like to have a comprehensive review of your offers, just go to that link and sign up. Thanks for joining me, everyone. You have a good day. Bye-bye.